Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr. Welcome to another episode of the Dr. Nikki Starr Show. I come here live once a week on my Dr. Nikki Starr Facebook page, and I share on different topics to support you in living your ultimate life, in your spiritual awakening, in your greatest becoming, your transformation, and all the beautiful things that this life gets to be if we decide. So today I want to talk to you about a topic that could seem foreign to most people. So the journey of life can get really challenging. Sometimes it can even get messy. And sometimes we really might feel like we need support. And there are so many people in this life that feel like they need to do it all alone, or that they need to suffer, or it's just part of the life journey. But the truth is that's not true. Even myself, someone who I am a support for so many people, me receiving support is so important and foundational to my becoming, for me to be able to show up and be who I am in the world, to be able to reach thousands of people every day for the healing and awakening of humankind. So even someone like me that you might think like, oh, I operate at a certain level, I still need support. And it's so beautiful. And I even receive support even when things are good. I still receive support. So it's not that things have to be bad in order to receive support, or that I need to be feeling badly, or that I need to be suffering. I actually choose to receive support even when things are good, so that I continue to rise. Because what I have found with working with thousands of people over the years is that oftentimes when people are, let's say if this is like a baseline of feeling good, oftentimes people look for support when they're here, when they're in pain and suffering. And then they receive support and then they go back to baseline and they're like, okay, I'm good. But if you keep receiving support, you can rise into even better than good enough. So that's when you get into ecstatic feelings of bliss and joy and gratitude and happiness. And that's not a state that's like, oh yeah, whatever. Indeed, life is both. But if we have support, I feel that we operate more in this realm versus the pain and suffering. So like I said, it's really just a choice. And of course, I'm a fan of support. I practice what I preach. I love it so much. All kinds, from energy healers to coaches to body workers. I love receiving body work because we hold so much in the body that needs to come out, that sometimes just, even with our own personal exercise, we sometimes still can't get to those deep places. So that's also the other thing. Support helps us where we can't help ourselves. So when you think of any profession, like even like a dentist can't really work on their own teeth. Like, it would be kind of hard, even though they're a specialist at that. The same is true for people. Like, you might not notice that there's something going on that could easily be shifted, or there's a pattern in your behavior that could easily be shifted with the help of support. And there's two kinds of support, as I mentioned in the description of this video. There's divine support, and there's the support of other people. So right now I'm talking about the support of other people. So it's when even like when you go to the doctor, you're essentially receiving support from the doctor. You feel ill and you need help to know what it is, so that you can then receive some kind of cure or solution. So the same is true, but let's talk more about emotions, like connected to emotional health and relationship health. So oftentimes we feel badly, or we feel suffering or pain because it's actually something in our life that isn't going right. So as a former medical doctor, I noticed that when people would come to the hospital, a lot of their pain and suffering was not physical. It was showing up physically, but it actually wasn't physical. And that's what was part of the inspiration for me to leave Western medicine and do what I do today, because since so much of pain and suffering is actually caused from what's happening in our lives, from our relationships, where our work is at, how we feel in our purpose, if we feel like we're really living to the fullest, that we're enjoying our leisure time. So when we really maximize those, how we're eating, the habits we do, what we're exposing ourselves to, all of these things, everything affects how we feel in our body, because our body's our home. So of course the body's going to retaliate if something's not in alignment. And that's why receiving support is so powerful. But I really love the energetic kind of support. So as a healer now and a coach and someone who I feel like I am a modern day medicine woman, because some of you may know that I come from a lineage of Colombian healers and shamans and medicine people through my mother's line. And so I was born with a lot of gifts, intuitive gifts and psychic gifts and gifts connected to healing and rituals. And what I have found is so much of actually everything is first in the energetic field. So when you receive support, I always first go to people who work on the energetic plane, because you can then see where's the root cause. It's somewhere living in my energy. And then the energy affects our thoughts, the energy affects our actions, the energy affects our emotions, because even emotions are energy in motion. That's what emotions stand for. So energy in motion. So when we then go and receive support so that we can look at the parts of ourselves that, oh, maybe this isn't quite in alignment, maybe something's going on here, support helps us see that, so then we can make a conscious choice to change. And honestly, as an energy healer, I find that miracles happen with energy work. Like, you could literally receive an energy healing and the issue is resolved. Why? Because what was causing it was something in your energy field. And the moment that's cleared, the symptoms go away. So you might automatically feel gratitude and peace and love and joy. And that actually was part of how I knew to leave Western medicine. Because when I would be in a clinic with a patient and I would write prescriptions and give them the prescriptions, they wouldn't leave feeling like, oh wow, I feel better, I feel amazing. No, they wouldn't. They would feel exactly the same. And who even knows, really, the prescriptions didn't really work. But now, when I work with clients, if they come to the call super distressed, super in emotional pain, even physical pain, the energy work is like miracle work. And that brings me to divine support. So my biggest support is divine support. So divine support is like spirit guides, angels, benevolent loving beings, God, the universe, energy, whatever you believe in that's greater than yourself, that's beyond the physical realm, that's assisting you in your journey. So that's how like energy healing works, for example. So we can tap into divine support all the time. Some people are more in connection with their divine support team than others. Like with me, for example, I feel like I am constantly in a state of communion and connection and really listening to the divine guidance for how to manage and plan and be in my life. You know, even when I come on here, I feel like I'm transmitting a divine message. I'm simply a divine channel that's here to bring through wisdom, knowledge, information that can support humanity in the healing and awakening of humankind. So I'm on a divine mission. I've been sent by the divine forces, and I feel that they are guiding my mission. So when you're brought to me, I feel this is like a divine connection. Something in the energy is attracting us, and then boom, you're here and you come and you watch this and you listen, and that's beautiful. And you receive, and I'm receiving, because whatever I speak, I'm also learning. It's all one. It's all connected. And so part of my work that I do is remind people that you are divinely supported and guided. You are not alone. You do not need to go through the life journey alone. If things sometimes feel beyond what you can handle, you can call on divine support. Please, I need support. And what comes through is grace. So grace, as we know, is this beautiful energy that I like to say it's like the miracle energy. It's like the energy and the force that comes through to reorder and organize things in a way that's for the highest and best good of all. So if you are in a moment of struggle or challenge or obstacles, or if you're wanting to receive some kind of healing or transformation, sometimes we don't know how those things happen, like in the physical realm, like in terms of science, like how does it happen? How could someone spontaneously heal? How could all of a sudden your mood just change like this? I feel that's the act of grace, and that comes through your divine support team. And I'm so grateful for mine. And I feel that the more you connect to your divine support. And some people would look at that even like if you've had beloved, like loved ones passed on and you feel like they're your spirit guide, or an animal that passed on, you feel like it's your spirit guide, or you might sometimes feel people or energies that you love, even if you think of even like religious figures, right? Like oftentimes people would make religions around a person who lived an extraordinary life connected to divine support because they made such a powerful impact. So divine support can come in many ways, even benevolent, loving star beings in so many different ways. And I'm tapped in and attuned to all of them. And what I would invite you to do is to connect to yours also. And you can do that in many different ways. And currently, so that's kind of what I wanted to share today, is that you're not alone. And if you are feeling challenged, receive support through humans, people, practitioners, healers, coaches, as well as call on your divine support team. And you can do that through prayer, through connecting, through ritual. And so you can go and do that on your own. And I also want to share with you today about a course that I launched this week called Rituality. And rituals, I feel, are the actual moments that we connect to our divine support team and ask for wisdom, guidance, healing, clarity. And when we connect with our divine support team through ritual, it's like for me, it feels like a powerful prayer in action, and it really allows the effects of what you're wanting to create in your life to happen with so much more ease and grace. And you don't even need to know how it happens. And that's the beauty of what I love about using divine support in the creation of my life, which includes my own personal healing and transformation work. So this is the course for November. As some of you know, I am hosting a different course every month of the year this year. And it's the way that I'm leaving my legacy behind, all the things that I've downloaded and learned and accrued in this time, even from beginning in my Western medical fields. And then from there, I transitioned more into spirituality and energy healing, and even through my lineage. And ritual is a big part of my lineage. And even in this life, I'm an initiated priestess, so I love sharing about rituals. So if this course is something that interests you, I'm going to drop the link in the comment sections. And I also invite you to reach out to me, message me. I would love to hear where you're at, what's present for you, and how this ritual course can be such a support. And you receive so many different kinds of rituals that can help you in whatever it is that you're going through. And what I have found is in ritual, the results are like instantaneously happen because we're calling upon these energies. And energy is independent of time. And like I said, I feel it is this force for miracles and grace. And I use it in my life all the time. So with that, I'm Dr. Nikki Starr. It's been such a pleasure to be here with you today. I love seeing you show up for your personal development and healing. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Connect with me. And with that, I send you love. I will see you soon. Bye for now.